So what's up, everybody? It's your girl back for another video. So as most of you probably already know, a couple mornings ago, a gunman, a anti-Trump Bernie supporter, attacked Republicans at a baseball practice. Republican congressmen and senators. They're all, going to survive. However, the gunman did not. He was taken out by the Capitol Police. They found out that he was a Bernie supporter that volunteered on Bernie's campaign, very anti-Trump. And I don't want to, make this video about that story, but I just wanted to talk about how we're being manipulated by the media in Hollywood. And I believe this shooting happened as a result of the constant manipulation and hatred that is being spewed by the media in Hollywood. And I know they work together to keep us asleep, dumbed down, stupid, and divided. Oldest trick in the book, conquer and divide. And the government's been doing this as long as, our country has been around, when the central bankers took over our country. And it's done by design. And there was a time where I wasn't aware of all this stuff, and I wanted to talk about how I got from being like that to being awake. But first and foremost, I wanted to talk more about how these type of attacks that have been going on against Trump supporters, conservatives, anyone who is not, a Hillary supporter or not a feminist or a progressive, whatever, it's going to continue because it's being encouraged. It's being egged on by the media and Hollywood. Hollywood is full of progressives now, and they all work together, like I said, to keep people divided. They have us divided by skin complexion, gender, and political party. And one thing about liberals is they always say they're the ones that are accepting. They're the ones that are about peace, anti-violence, but their actions show differently. They're typically the first ones to attack someone for their race and gender, but yet they're always the ones saying they're oppressed by their race and gender. And it makes no sense because they're always responding with violence. If you don't agree with them, they get violent, they get emotional. They cannot handle facts. So again, I wanted to talk about, the manipulation and how the media spews hate and lies, along with Hollywood, the entertainers as well. After 9/11, I began to have questions because I noticed discrepancies in the story. There were things they were saying that happened that just defied all logic, all critical thinking. And unlike a lot of people that will believe in everything they saw on TV, I was questioning things. Then when Katrina came, I actually went through Hurricane Katrina, and then I saw what the media portrayed to the rest of the nation. They made us look like a bunch of evil criminals that were stealing and looting and didn't deserve any help. So the rest of the nation was able to turn a blind eye, because how can you feel sorry for people that shoot at you when you try to help them? So the media did that on purpose. And I saw that firsthand, because what was really going on was we had innocent Americans that needed help, that were in trouble and weren't getting the help they needed. We had military guys busting in people's doors, taking their guns away. If you did not give your guns away to them, you would be shot. They were making people stay in that heat on the interstates in front of the convention center, the Superdome. They were holding those people at gunpoint, but they were not showing that on the news. Those people were not allowed to move or walk away. They were starving. They were dehydrated. There was no food, water. There was nothing. It was just 100-degree heat, 100% humidity, no electricity. It was truly the end of the world. They were not allowing anyone to go in the stores and get food and water. They were shooting people that were trying to get food, water, baby formula out of the stores. They were not showing any of that on the news. It was pure hell. And because of a small group of criminals, that's what they were showing on the news, a very small percentage of criminals, which every place has them. Every city has criminals. So, but that's not the majority of New Orleans. We're all Americans first, and we're we're so worried about skin complexion and whether someone's male or female, or Republican or Democrat, that we don't see that we're all Americans under this nation. If you're born here or a legal citizen, you're an American. We're all part of this nation, and we should be standing up together as brothers and sisters and fighting together. We will never be able to get to that point and stand up against government tyranny and government corruption until people wake up and realize they're being duped by the media, by Hollywood and the government. And that's just what's going on. So after Katrina, I knew that there was corruption and evil going on with our government and media. I saw how things were being handled. I saw what they did to people, and it forever changed me. So after that, I started watching documentaries, and one of the first documentaries I watched, I want to recommend it in this video, was Zeitgeist. It was so well put together. It was such an eye-opener. It really, along with what happened in Katrina, that documentary also helped change me. I just became very, like I said, awake. That's the best word I could come up with. I was completely awake, and I was ready to handle, all the information, and I wasn't afraid. I can't be one of those people that walk around in a state of ignorance, like, oh, ignorance is bliss. I don't want to know what's going on. I need to know. So if you want to know, I'll leave the recommendations in my description box. Zeitgeist would be a great start for anyone that's, willing to wake up and stand up and find out what's really going on and educate yourself, so you can be prepared. And anyway, after Zeitgeist, I watched Aaron Russo's Freedom to Fascism, another excellent documentary. So much information, all factual, and I will leave that one below as well, that the trailers for the movies I'm talking about. And then there was so many other ones I watched. There was Alex Jones, the Obama Deception, excuse me. That was good, and he also made the Blueprint for Global Enslavement. I think that's the name. And then the 9/11 Loose Change Final Cut, the truth about 9/11. That was an excellent documentary. But I could just keep recommending all these documentaries, but I want to definitely Zeitgeist and the Freedom to Fascism. Those two left an impression with me. Those two are just so good for anyone. Those are good starter documentaries. And then one came out last summer that probably trumps them all, is Hillary's America. That one came out last summer. That is one of the best movies I've ever seen. It was so well researched. They went and got all the facts in one simple movie about the Democratic Party. Most Americans today, especially liberals, are not educated on the Democratic Party and what they stood for and what they did back then to our ancestors. I'm talking about what they did to African slaves, Native Americans, Italian immigrants, and Irish immigrants, and women. Most of these liberals actually think that it was the Republicans that were responsible for all the racism and sexism going on back then. In fact, it was not. It was the Democrats. This documentary actually goes into detail with proven facts and takes you back and shows you everything that happened. It's just an excellent movie. It's really a movie, but it's kind of like a documentary style movie. But I want to leave that in my description box as well, the trailer. So please go find those. If you want to watch them, go find them, check them out. Excellent, excellent movies. If you have any other recommendations that you've seen, want to tell me about, you can leave those below. I've seen a lot of these documentaries. Like I said, I can't think of them all in this one video. But I've watched just about every one that Alex Jones has ever done. But anyway, we're all Americans. None of us are better because of our skin complexion or our gender. That doesn't make you better. You're not better because you're light skin, dark skin, male, female, young, old, Republican, Democrat. What makes you better as a person is how you carry yourself, how you treat people, how Do you keep your word? Are you honest? Do you have integrity? Those are the things. Your character is what makes you better, not your color, not your gender. So as long as we keep on letting them pit us against each other for these stupid, irrelevant things, because at the end of the day, like I said, we're all human beings. We're all a part of the human race, and really that's the only race there is. We're all Americans under this nation, and until we wake up and realize that, we will continue to be slaves to the government, and we will continue to the government will get bigger and bigger, and they will continue to control us all. So again, I'm going to go for now. Like the video if you did, subscribe if you want to hear more, and I'll see y'all later.